Farm owners and managers can influence the outcomes of work on the farm by building effective relationships with people. Remember our second principle? You can change your farm to suit people. It's an important area because research and surveys have shown that people who feel rewarded and recognised in work increase output and they're more productive. So there's a very strong reason for farm owners and managers developing good relationships with their people. One reason is that when you have trust and you have a good relationship, you get honest feedback happening. And in that situation, you get improvement. Part of that process can be an individual performance appraisal. Now, when used on its own, it can be a negative experience. But when used as part of an overall package of creating good relationships, having effective leadership and communication, they can be a very positive thing. Regular meetings are an important part of all of that process. They don't have to be big meetings, but they give people the opportunity to communicate about differences of opinion, different ways of doing things, and also how the farm is going. They also provide an opportunity for farm owner and manager to actually set out where the farm is headed and to provide some feedback to people. In the workplace, it's inevitable that there'll be conflict. So if you take the view that all conflict can lead to positive outcomes if handled correctly, then putting a process in place to manage conflict is really important. So people need to feel like, with differences of opinion, need to feel like they've been heard, they've been listened to, that we've actually determined what the difference is, and then we've come up with some ideas about how to meet everybody's needs out of that. That process is very important. Now, if it goes beyond that, you've got to be careful that conflict does not turn into bullying and harassment. And so you need to manage that process as well, because there are legal requirements about bullying and harassment in the workplace. And managers and farm owners need to be sure that that's not happening. There are also, in these situations, times when an employee is going to continue to act not in accord with what the farm wants. Using the code of conduct, as mentioned earlier, can be very effective. But if it continues to happen, then we have to have a way, a process of letting that person go. Always part on good terms. You know, I think building effective relationships on farm has a lot of very positive spin-offs, and it's a very important part of managing people.